What's happening, guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about supplements, and a question I get asked all the time is, should I take supplements? Which ones should I get? Are they expensive, and are there any side effects? So we're going to talk about the 5 most popular supplements and whether you should be taking them or not. Our first one is protein, and I know what you're going to say. I'm a girl and I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to get a protein supplement. The thing is, do you eat chicken? Do you eat beef? Or if you're vegetarian, do you have beans? All right, these are all sources of protein, just like the supplement is a source of protein. It's not going to make you bulky. It's not going to change your physique. It's simply an easier, more convenient way of getting protein into, especially if you are vegan or vegetarian and you struggle to get those protein macros in, then protein is a great way to get them. You can also get vegan protein supplements as well, so it's a really good option. It fills you up. When you buy in bulk, it is quite cheap. Now when I go and buy it, it usually costs me $160, and I know you're thinking $160, that's so much money, but I'm getting about 100 serves in there. So it's a decent snack for about $1.60. There is not much you can buy for $1.60. All right, so protein is a great option. Next up, not as well known, is creatine, and this is great. So creatine occurs naturally in the body. All we're doing by taking creatine is just increasing how much is in our body. It's very gradual, so you're not going to take it and then suddenly notice a change. It usually takes at least 7 days of taking it each day to build up in your system. So it's very gradual. You will barely notice any changes, but it definitely does help you out with training, with getting you extra reps, extra sets, more energy. All right. The only setback for this one is it does cause a little bit of bloating. Now it's supposed to hold water in the muscles, so in theory, it is bloating your muscles, not just bloating your belly. But some athletes do find after taking it for a while, they get a little bit bloated. But the benefit is you can just stop taking it if you feel like you're starting to feel bloated. And then in about 7 days, you'll go back to where you were before. So creatine is a great option. It is quite cheap as well. The next one is pre-workout, and my stance on pre-workout is pretty simple, is you don't need it. I don't even have any in my house because you really don't need it. Now there's a lot of different pre-workouts, but the most common type, they have a whole bunch of stuff in them, and they usually have a lot of caffeine, so that you really get that caffeine kick. The only problem is over time, you need to start having more and more and more to get that same kind of burst of energy, that same kind of caffeine hit. Now there are some other good stuff in pre-workouts, but there's a lot of products out there and they put a lot of garbage into their products. So I'm not a strong recommender of pre-workout. I recommend maybe have a cup of coffee if you need one, but you don't need all those different compounds and chemicals in your body taking more and more and more to get the same effect. So I'm not really a big fan of pre-workout. Up to you whether you want to take it. The next one is a multivitamin, and the thing with multivitamins is you get what you pay for. So if you buy those cheaper brands, you're probably getting less quality product. You don't need multivitamins. They're really just supplementing you not being able to get enough nutrition in your regular diet. So if you don't eat a lot of veggies and stuff like that, then maybe a multivitamin is the way to go. Of course, it's better to just eat a bunch of healthy food with a variety of fruit and veg, and you won't need them. But otherwise you can take multivitamins if that's the way you want to go. And I've saved the worst for last. They are these fat burners, all right? So they claim to increase your metabolism, and you take it and it just helps you burn fat and get lean. If these really worked, everyone would be taking it. Everyone would be doing it, right? They don't really work. All it is, I mean, the company's going to claim to do a bunch of different things, but really it's a lot of like caffeine and things that are going to help you burn calories short term, probably things are going to help you lose a bit of water weight, but nothing that really works the way they advertise. All right, so these fat burners are a complete waste of money, complete waste of time. Don't bother doing them. So when it comes to you spending money on supplements, it really depends on your goals and how much money you're willing to spend on those supplements. So most things like protein and creatine are quite cheap, quite effective. You get a pretty good bang for your buck. Other things like multivitamins, it just depends on what you buy, whether you get the cheaper or the more expensive. And then things like pre-workout and fat burners, I personally am not a big fan of. Up to you whether you want to invest in those products. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys, and we'll see you in that next one.